I'm not one for making a massive fuss of birthdays, however this year I fancied an adventure and this seemed like a good excuse for it. The plan is to drive from my home in Herefordshire to Scotland via a series of national parks, stopping at some of the most picturesque locations in the country. On the last day of the trip, we'll summit Ben Nevis, the highest point in the UK, on exactly the day and the time that I was born. Grab a brew, have a seat, and join us on this 1,400 mile journey over the course of a week. Right, I've just had to pull over because I was getting too distracted and trying to film all the time, but just look at the sunrise. Look at that. It's a good morning. Right, sit rep. It is 3 minutes past 6 and I need some caffeine. So we're at Starbucks. Update, Starbucks is not open, so it'll be a Red Bull or a Monster from the spa. Got about half an hour, 40 minutes until we get to Toby's house. We'll then pick Toby up. We'll then head up to the Peak District where we're going to do Snake Pass and a few other cool driving roads, as well as spend the night in a tent. Catch up with you later. Right, so we've gone from Hereford to Stoke. We've just used about almost a quarter of a tank and we've been averaging 33.2 mpg. Not too bad. Good morning. We're filming. Are you nice and awake?
I don't have anything prepped.
Nothing?
Well, I've packed things into some bags. Yeah, I bought this thinking it'd be sizable.
Yeah.
That can fit. My camera case, a jacket, some trousers, that's about it.
Shortly after leaving sunny Stoke, we found ourselves in a valley surrounded by all these massive crags, and as you'll be able to see in the following few clips, we had to get out and have a gander. This really was the theme of the trip to follow: see cool thing, stop car, get footage, run around for a bit, and then carry on.
Look at that.
That is very cool. I wonder if there's a place to pull over. Other than there,
those labours.
Rocky as tits.
And then slowly I'm over. We're going to see some rocks in the Peak District. They look really nice. Oh,
and it's all nice and...
Get parked, you little
well, well, that can't go in the video, can it? Right, we've pulled over in one of the most scenic spots I think I've ever pulled over at. Now we're going to have a run up there and send the drone off the edge.
Plenty more to be done.
We're going to send the drone off to get even more elevation. There we are. Look at that. What a view. So how did Toby die? So as it turns out, we're quite near to like a military flying site, so I can't fly the drone here. Many sads, but
we must move on.
We must move on. But we have a pretty incredible view anyway. We've got lots of nice views to come. Sit rep number 3, 4, whatever. We're at Aldi. We need to get Toby a sleeping bag, so we're maybe hoping that we can get a cheap one here. And food. Still only used about a quarter of a tank, so we're doing pretty well from Hereford to the Peak District in probably like 30 quid's worth of fuel. It's alright?
It's alright, yeah.
Cheese puffs. Every single trip we go on, cheese puffs.
Important. Is that good?
+5 to -14, I don't understand. Food acquired with a mixture of cheese puffs.
There's no mixture, it's just
and
1 hour later.
What are we doing? Where are we going?
we're driving up to our campsite so we can set up our tent.
And we are at some farm, Beltonville Farm, Cowshed Cafe, I think.
And there's a nice dog.
See? Cowshed Cafe. We farmers, we are.
It's definitely a farm, isn't it? This is the most off-roading I think I've ever done in this car.
They said we can park anywhere. Let's find the most inconvenient place for everyone. Right in the middle of everything.
Should we do some donuts to mark our place?
Big donuts in the middle of it all.
Sorry, I thought there were 2 ruts.
Headbutt the roof.
We are here. Look at the state of this campsite. It is incredible. You've just got 360 views all the way around. And the best thing about it is that we just looked at the map and there's footpaths within 100 meters of where we are now. So we're literally just going to leave the car, set up the tent, set up the mats, and then go for the big old walk. Sound good?
Yeah, boy. walking and things.
Walk in stuff.
Okay, here's the plan. Start at the campsite, wiggle our way through loads of fields full of cow turds and woolly boys until we get to Tidswell. Stop in the pub. Walk up the road a bit, meander through the woods for a few miles, second pub stop. Finally, back up to the campsite for evening scran.
Bit of a Guinness. There you are. What have you got?
Cider, arch and peg.
He's going mental.
Big fat spiders here. Yeah, we're going back out.
What are we doing? The illusion. Prime video content here.
Please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much.
If you watch any BQR videos, you'll know the term dash stacker. That is a prime dash stacker. I mean, that is properly fucking rank.
It's not a big cave.
It's probably full of
Probably. It's probably a hobo cave. But it's a cave nonetheless.
Well, as we learnt earlier, people lived in them until 1912. Very regal. Pretty good lunch spot, this one. We've got fish, we've got pints.
How you feeling? 'Cause I felt like that for days.
You know, seminar vote again, no sir. The MP don't give a damn. Scrape the rest on the bottom.
So I should mention at this point in the video that I was more than happy to sit in my chair and eat my food, but Toby, like the spaniel he is, was still full of energy. So we ended up going to this crag that was no more than a few hundred metres away from our campsite and throwing sleepers off the side of a small hill, like the adults we are.
All sorts of problems. Yeah, alright.
Try with that one, but rip it on both sides. And a lot of height.
I feel we're very nice area.
Sit rep. BBC weather says it's supposed to rain at 9. It's about 8:30, and it has been. The wind's been picking up, and it's been feeling like it's going to rain. There's a big spider up there. Can you see it?
Oh.
Out of my pants.
Let's see if I can zoom onto it. No, as far as I can zoom, but you can see it. It's up there.
Oh, he's on the other side.
Well, that's fine then. He won't get in.
He might do.
No, he's fine. So anyway, it's raining, so I've come inside and I'm going to watch some videos and then go to sleep. So,
That was fun.
bye. It's a bit wet. Good morning. It is day 2. Toby is still asleep in the tent. It was pretty horrendous night, to be honest. As you can probably see, it absolutely tipped it down. It was like 20-30 mile an hour winds. Some of the pegs kept coming out of the ground, so I had to keep getting up in the middle of the night to take them out. But it's all part of the experience, isn't it? It's all fun and stuff. So now I'm gonna get my jacket, go down, have a shower, get some food, and wake up a bit. Check right.
We're having breakfast at the refreshment room.
Yeah, so after my last little update where I was in the car and it was raining a lot, it stopped raining, sort of. We put away the tent, managed to find a place to have some breakfast, and now we're gonna order it, and then we'll go for and drive.
We're undecided where.
Yorkshire.
The plan of action for day 2 was to leave our campsite relatively early, which we failed, grab some snacks in Hathersage and begin the journey to North Yorkshire, where we'd spend the evening in Britain's highest pub. A lot of this journey was motorway, so we didn't film a huge amount of it, but once we got onto some higher elevation and the views opened up, we found some absolute gems. So this was absolutely one of my favourite days of the trip. We meandered our way through the remainder of the Peak District, passing Lady Bower and the surrounding reservoirs before arriving in the Dales a few hours later. We were greeted with some of the best driving roads I've ever experienced, miles and miles of seemingly uninhabited countryside and views that wouldn't look out of place on a postcard. Once we eventually got to the pub, we got speaking to the guy on the table next to us who had just travelled from the peaks. However, he'd just walked there over the past few days. No phone, no campsites, no complicated plans, just a small tent and an aim to get to Scotland over the following few weeks. Pretty cool. See you tomorrow. Good day! She had a good giggle.
This is a good clip video one for the car.
Oh god, I can't be bothered going up and down here.
Look at this. I'm missing so much and I've got so much footage already.
Was he happy? I know I said earlier that we'd already driven some of the best driving roads, but the further north we ventured into Yorkshire, the better they got. Due to this, the next minute or two will be solely POV footage. That was fun. I enjoyed that. So much better than Snake Pass. Oh, the bridge. Candle Bridge. Oh my god. Look at that.
That's incredible.
That's the viaduct.
That's stop worthy, surely.
That's drone worthy. We have to film it.
Don't disagree.
Oh, let's go by the Audi. Let's go and see him. What a find.
Look at that. Holy shit.
You can probably tell by the previous few clips that we were pretty excited to see this thing. I remember planning the route and thinking, I have no idea what a viaduct is, but it's marked on a map, so it must be interesting. I'd completely forgotten about this stop, so it was a pleasant surprise to find it situated in a valley full of twisting, almost alpine-like roads, dense mist resting on the moors behind, and barely anyone else to be found. Right, sit rep. We're at Loch Lomond behind us and we're going to throw some stones about. And then after this, we're going to keep following the road next to Loch Lomond up to our campsite or our resting point and then do a big walk.
Oh! Pressure. Not bad. Splash!
It's a great game. I like this.
Here we have a wild menace doing what menaces do. Destruction! Woo!
After having a quick stretch out the side of Loch Lomond, we continued north until we arrived at our camping spot. This wasn't a straightforward process though, but I'll explain that in about 30 seconds.
That's true. He is
hello, situation report. We spent the last probably 3 or 4 hours looking for a suitable camp spot because my original camping spot wasn't suitable.
You suck!
So we've driven further north on the way to Fort William. Now we've found possibly the perfect spot that we're just walking up to now. So
We'll stop across the river.
this is going to be
The fun bit.
near enough our camping spot. We're going to go over by the other bridge over there, but look, benches, river, mountains, Toby, just a really cool place. But now we want to do a walk, and the only way to get to the footpath is to cross that river, and there's no bridge.
We'll just watch him struggle for now. See, if I was Harry, I'd throw rocks at him now. Hey! How did you find that experience?
So we've crossed the river, which was not enjoyable at all. And now we need to head back up to where the footpath is, which means walking along the side of this railway. We're going up there.
Standing in it. There is no good way out.
I can see all the water seeping.
Yeah, okay. Get on that, lad. That's our dinner.
So we didn't end up going right to the top of the hill I can't pronounce, as we were running out of light and we still had to pitch the tent. But as you'll be able to see, we found some typically amazing Scottish views. Once we got back, we battled with the midges for an hour or so and then called it a day.
Wakey, wakey. It's 7. Shit. Good morning. It's about 7:10. We've packed up. There's about 10 million midges on the outside of the tent. But it's a nice morning. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Wakey, wakey.
Nice and so
Very nice.
it is nice. Now we're going to drive to Fort William, try and get into our hotel like 7 hours early, and then go
Sleep for the whole day.
and then go up Ben Nevis.
Despite both of us being fairly sleep deprived, we found the energy to get up relatively early before the crowds descended upon Scotland's not so hidden gems. We made porridge and fresh coffee whilst watching the mist glide along the mountains in the distance before heading north at a fairly leisurely pace for Fort William. On the route there, we found the roads almost entirely deserted, with only a few camper vans that had most likely had the same idea as us. We debated stopping at almost every lay-by to grab footage, but we had a schedule to maintain and so narrowed it down to just one, but I think we made the right choice.
Look at that big bastard. Hell, that made me jump. The camera came off. Alright. So the last time I was here, it was about 2 in the morning. Couldn't see anything apart from the silhouettes of the mountains, and it was even more daunting then.
That'd be quite cool though.
It was really cool. It was incredible, but it was also just like, yeah, so daunting because you couldn't see anything but the tops. Good old E92 was all the way here.
Hopefully, it'll take us all the way back.
So sit rep for the GoPro. We're following a caravan. It says go Indy. It's not going very fast.
And I can't stop filming because it's too nice.
That was a big hole.
Really isn't much to look at in Fort William, apart from the big lake.
Wacky.
All the houses are rather grey and prison-like. Look at this. Is that a prison?
After a few more twisting miles stuck behind caravans doing half the speed limit, we arrived in Fort William, grabbed some food, failed to get into our accommodation 7 hours early, which was fair enough really, and then began the ascent up Ben Nevis.
G'day. We are walking up Ben Nevis. Hello.
Yay, we made it.
We've been shopping, got a load of food. It's relatively sunny, and we're going up Ben Nevis, which is that direction.
Up the Vale, up the Vale.
I don't know what that is, but sit rep.
Very itchy.
It's very warm,
Very
very muggy. Toby's brought too many layers.
So I have 3 things in my bag: jacket, coat, jumper, everything.
I've just got an insulated jacket in my bag because it looks pretty nice, to be honest.
Yeah, but Vale top looks better.
Agree to disagree on that one.
Stick wankers. We're at the top of Ben Nevis.
Not quite.
We're very nearly.
As you can probably see, we can't see. There is nothing, but we're not that far away. Clouds and rocks. I spy my little eye. Something we can see. Clouds.
Am I going?
Oh, rocks.
Shit, I'm out of things.
Look at that. It just goes into the abyss.
Big old things.
Throw a
Kind of
rock.
want to sit on there for a photo of it.
I want to throw a massive rock.
No,
off it.
fuck that.
I'm not going to. I just
Can you do?
just
If I
want
can
to.
get there, can I have a picture of it there?
Yeah.
We're nearly at the top. Look at the views. Beautiful stuff.
Holy shit, we are. Look.
Aren't they beautiful views, Harry?
Look.
We're there.
We've only got one more little
One zigzag.
one more zag.
Let's do it. We're on top of Ben Nevis. It's
Nevis.
starting to hail and we're outside a little cabin hut thing.
Nevis.
Ben Nevis, yeah.
Neville.
Ben Nevis.
And we found there's a 2.5 kilo plate in there, and some food, and some water, and some beer, and some crap.
Beer?
What's that?
It's like a
Oh, shell.
clamshell? How it's got up here, I've no idea.
I suppose
Oh,
the idea with
Laura and Sean, Ben Nevis.
Nevis.
You can leave memorable rocks.
I suppose the idea with that is it's come from sea level and now it's at the highest point.
Yes.
Clever.
Some people, ooh, they're smart.
Although we were far from the only people on the top of Ben Nevis, the significance of turning 25 at the highest point in the UK definitely wasn't lost on me. We brought a couple of beers up and sat there for a while, just taking in where we were and how much we'd managed to cram into our mini adventure. These trips are pretty hectic while you're on them, but after you've had a few weeks to decompress and look back on some of the footage, you realise it's going to be one of those adventure stories you tell when you're 80 years old, sitting in a rocking chair with a crossword.
It's 4:22, so we're taking us
blaze it.
just under.
Because we missed 4:20, but it's 4:22.
We've just got down in, well, just under 2 hours to get from the top to the bottom, which wasn't too bad considering the amount of people we had to wait
It
through.
took us less time to get up.
There were so many people that were just so scared of going downhill as if they'd never seen a step before.
We're not even down fully yet.
No, we're there. Look, you can see the bridge. We are back on the bridge to the car park. We've done Ben Nevis with the 1,000 other people that have done it today, but
Yeah,
that doesn't
but
matter.
we did it better than all of them.
So we ran it.
And we had to put theirs up. Up the Vale.
We're back. Right, sit her up. We've sat outside for a bit just to decompress, and now we're going back to the hotel.
We are Clan Macduff.
Clan Macduff. And then I'm going to go get some food and see if there's a Wetherspoons.
And warm showers.
Warm showers. And a proper bed. I'm looking forward to it.
Hi.
Hi.
It's my spot. You have to acknowledge my photos first.
Go away. Don't know if you can hear that, but there is like very fast paced drum and bassy stuff echoing from the toilet. And this is our hotel room. Bit of a treat. We grabbed some food, sorted out our kit for the following day's travelling home, and called it a night. Both of us were understandably pretty shattered after being up for around 17 hours.
Sit rep. Got up, had a pee. Very achy. Didn't think it'd be achy. How about you? Achy.
Very achy.
Nice for you.
No.
No.
We've got about half an hour until breakfast. And then we're going home.
Did you put more coffee in it?
No.
Are you sure?
Breakfast. Who has?
Huh?
Who?
We're leaving Clanmacduff. Start of a 6.5 hour drive back to Stoke.
So, I'm at the end of the video. I'm about 26 minutes in, but I can't figure out how to end the video. We're currently sat in the car. You're talking about how you've had loads of coffees and we've just left Clanmacduff. How would you summarise the entire trip?
Well.
It's your crumpy. That's Glasgow. It looks a bit better than previously, but still doesn't fill me with joy. Look at the views. We've made it to Fort William. Harry is going into the hotel to check if we can check in. We're supposed to check in at 3 and it is 9:30. We have a happy man. It's the Olympics. Long jump, standing long jump. Yeah! The car goes wild! Troll that lives under the cave.
Oh, it's on video.
Now reached our favourite place. Welcome to the
Don't fall, you little prick. You are a dash stacker. Seek help.
Again, no sir. The MP don't give a damn. We get the system you're from. Oh, we're on tips and bars. You shit yourself more than you're not shitting yourself. Dirty pigs. Bye.
Yeah, Ben Nevis was a bit of a strange one, I think. I think it was a bit too commercial, a bit too easy, and too many morons.